Welcome back to Australian. Today we're covering the Thornlie-Cockburn Line, which is, as of filming, the newest addition to Perth's rail network, opening on the 9th of June 2025. The Thornlie-Cockburn Line is Perth's first orbital rail connection, extending the existing Thornlie Line 14.5 kilometres to meet with the Mandurah Line at Cockburn Central Station. This allows passengers to transfer between the Mandurah and Armidale lines without needing to head into the city, a first for Perth. Right now, we are at Cannington Station. This station is where most passengers will interchange onto the Thornlie-Cockburn Line from an Armidale line train, or alternatively, they can take a train direct from Perth. You may have noticed that Cannington looks a little different to how you might have remembered it. That's because, along with the Thornlie-Cockburn Line, the 9th of June also marked the reopening of the newly elevated Inner Armidale Line, elevating 5 previously at-grade stations, Cannington included, across 4 different viaducts. We'll cover this one in more detail in a separate video. While Cannington is no longer the final station shared by the Thornlie-Cockburn and Armidale lines, that title now going to Beckenham Station, its island platform and more substantial staffing made it the prime pick to be the official transfer station for passengers looking to switch between the Thornlie-Cockburn and Armidale lines. Cannington also boasts an impressively large feeder bus network. 21 different routes currently serve the station, making it an important gateway to the inner southeast. Now, as you might have guessed, the first station on the Thornlie-Cockburn line is Thornlie Station. This station opened 20 years ago in 2005 as part of the Thornlie Line, a one-station, one-track spur of the Armidale line. However, as part of the Thornlie-Cockburn Line, the line has been double-tracked and extended all the way to Cockburn, and now Thornlie has a new concourse and extended platforms. While the station is rather new, being built only in 2005 and existing as a terminus until only this year, there's been plans for a station at this location to connect into the Mandurah Line since 1990. In July of that year, the Southwest Corridor Transport Study investigated the feasibility of developing a rapid transit connection from Perth to Rockingham and Mandurah. It focused on 2 options, one via Fremantle and one via Kenwick. Initially, the Fremantle route was put forward as the preferred option. However, in 1994, a change of plans and government led to the Kenwick route being chosen, and thus officially reserved into the Metropolitan Region scheme. Though this official reservation was also packaged with the construction of the line being deferred indefinitely, laying dormant until 1997, when Labour pledged to build the line by 2005. However, in 2001, plans changed once again. Instead of following the Kenwick freight alignment north of Cockburn Station, the line would instead continue through the Kwinana Freeway median all the way to Perth, entering a tunnel at the city and through running into the Joondalup line. This once again left the Kenwick alignment abandoned, though as significant infrastructure for the alignment had already been completed, namely the Kenwick tunnel dive, the government elected to build a small section of the alignment anyway, and thus the Thornlie Spur Line was born. And while it wasn't much at the time, this spur line formed the basis of what is now the Thornlie-Cockburn Line. While it has nothing on Cannington, Thornlie's connecting bus network is no slouch either. 12 different bus routes make use of Thornlie's bus interchange, servicing its namesake suburb as well as large parts of Canning Vale. We're now at Nicholson Road Station. This is the next station along the line from Thornlie. Though there isn't honestly that much that's special about it. It's just your average, modern bus interchange station. Though, at least it's got this cool thing. Speaking of bus interchanges, let's have a look at how this station links into the surrounding bus network. Nicholson Road actually has the smallest bus network of all the stations we're covering today, but it still boasts 8 different routes, serving mainly Canning Vale, but also parts of Huntingdale and Linwood. It's upon reaching Nicholson Road Station where one can clearly spot one of the defining features of the Thornlie-Cockburn Line, its sister freight alignment. Rather uniquely compared to other systems within Australia, Perth's passenger rail network is almost entirely isolated from its freight network. Outside of the Thornlie-Cockburn Line, of the other 83 stations on the network, only at 4 of them would one be able to witness freight trains operating. However, the Thornlie-Cockburn Line provides unparalleled access to the freight network, well, by Transperth standards at least. This is because it runs parallel to the Kwinana Freight Railway for 13 kilometres straight. This means that the Thornlie-Cockburn Line, Nicholson and Ranford Road stations in particular, due to their unrestricted sightlines, is now one of the best places on the Transperth rail network for freight rail fans to frequent. Welcome to Ranford Road Station. This is the second and final new station along the Thornlie-Cockburn Line. Just like Nicholson Road though, there isn't honestly that much to talk about here. I mean, it's got a cool staggered platform, but that's about it. Ranford Road has quite a large bus interchange, with 14 stands, though currently these are only utilised by 10 different routes. It serves an important role in serving Canning Vale, Piara Waters, Harrisdale and Southern River, on top of a high-frequency bus corridor down South Street to Murdoch Station. While on most days the line is served by A-series trains, and a B-series every once in a while too, the line completely transforms during stadium events. Usually, across the length of the Thornlie-Cockburn Line, you will see two service patterns. A full-line service running all stops between Perth and Cockburn Central, as well as the Cannington shuttle, running all stops between Perth and Cannington. Both are operated by A-series trains most of the time and run at a 15-minute frequency, creating a 7.5-minute frequency where they overlap. On stadium days though, things change up quite a bit. The usually 4-car A-series Thornlie-Cockburn Line services are replaced by 6-car trains, a mix of A, B and C-series that run all stops between Cockburn and Carlisle, before skipping Victoria Park and Burswood, stopping at Stadium, then skipping Claysbrook and Mackivor before terminating at Perth. While the Cannington shuttle does remain unchanged, there is also an entirely new service that appears during stadium events. 6-car Stadium Special trains will run from Mandurah to Stadium via the Thornlie-Cockburn Line. They operate all stops from Mandurah to Thornlie, then run fully express to Stadium, skipping the entire Inner Armidale line. Though, that's not all. There's still one more thing to mention. If a stadium event falls on a weekday, the frequency of Thornlie-Cockburn Line and Cannington shuttle trains increases from every 15 minutes to every 12 minutes, and with the stadium special trains in the mix too, that means you'll be seeing a train pass by every 4 minutes between Stadium and Cannington stations, though not every train will be stopping at every station. This is Cockburn Central Station. Now, as you may have guessed, the Thornlie-Cockburn Line terminates at Cockburn Central. The station originally opened with 2 platforms in 2007 for the Mandurah Line project. However, as part of the Thornlie-Cockburn Line project, a new 3rd platform has been added to support Thornlie-Cockburn Line trains. Despite being 20 kilometers from the city centre, the station still lives up to its central moniker, with 14 connecting bus routes that can take you as far as Fremantle or Armidale, 5 different Trans-WA coach routes to destinations like Bunbury, Collie, Pemberton and Albany, and the Mandurah Line running up to every 5 minutes in peak. And with the addition of the Thornlie-Cockburn Line, it is now the first orbital interchange station on the Transperth rail network. Thanks to this, anyone, anywhere on the Mandurah Line will now be able to get to anywhere on the Armidale Line without having to go via the city. And hopefully, this is just the beginning. Previous renditions of the Metronet scheme, namely in 2013 and 2017, showed the Thornlie-Cockburn Line as only being the first part of an eventual full circle line, looping through the southern half of the city. Well then, that's all for today. We know it's been a while since our last upload, but we've got plenty more in the pipeline coming soon. This has been Westralian, thanks for watching.